Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Model Way, where we inspire, motivate, and teach new and seasoned models how to become better in their careers in the modeling industry. My name is Lenny Wheeler. I'm your host, and welcome to today's show. Today we're going to be talking about, how the things, what it costs. Are there costs? Are there costs? Are there expenses that you're going to have to endure when you're starting in your modeling journey? I think yes. And I'm going to tell you why, okay? First of all, you're going to be starting out with your initial process, so you're going to be going through those stages. You're going to be going through the stages of trying to find an agent, trying to get seen, things like that. So, first of all, I got to tell you, if you've got social media, TikTok, Instagram, things of that nature, Facebook, those are things that you're going to have to use to help develop yourself as well, because you do got pictures on there. Clean your messes up on there. If you're drinking, if you're partying, if you're doing things like that, those need to go away. They need to go away because people see. They see what you're doing, they see the activity. People are watching. Agencies are watching. They're looking at your pages, they're looking at your feeds, they're looking at how are you behaving in a social manner. So do you have etiquette in the community? Those are big things that you got to tell yourself now. Now, what's really big, so like when you go out and you're trying to submit to agencies and things, you're gonna have to take some simple things that are gonna actually be an investment. The investment is you taking the pictures. How much are you willing to spend? Typically in the beginning, you don't spend a lot. And why is that? Because everybody's got one. Everybody's got a phone. Everybody's got a Samsung, an iPhone, or what, Galaxy, whatever you want to call it, to get out there and take some pictures. Agencies don't want to need a ton of pictures. They don't need to see your faces with all the makeup. Like I've said before, you don't need the 10 pounds of makeup. You don't need all that stuff and spend all this money on there. You can take a fresh picture straight out the shower. What do you look like? There's a lot of ways you can do that. So a lot of people can just take pictures with themselves with a selfie stick. I wouldn't even do a selfie stick. I would set it up on like a tripod. You can take those. And really all you need is just a good face shot and a good full body, maybe even a 3/4, just to send into something to start. Now, if you get your foot in the door and they say, can we see more? That's when you're going to have to invest just a little bit more so you can get a little bit more taste to them. Typically, that's not what usually happens. They even ask for digitals after you get done taking those initial shots. Digitals are going to have you wearing a form-fitting outfit. They're going to have you wearing maybe even a bikini. Typically, they usually don't ask for the bikinis unless it's just the market that requires that, like the Miami, maybe like some of the overseas markets. Those are things you're going to have to submit to the agency so they can get a better look at you and what they're doing. So what they typically do is it gets through the gatekeeper, which is probably your scout, and then it goes along and gets passed along to maybe even a booker or a director, something of that nature, so they can make a decision whether they're going to proceed. Once they proceed, typically you're going to have something like a Zoom call, a meeting for a Zoom call, maybe even a personal meeting that you have to go in, maybe fly in. Those are expenses. If they ask you to fly in, typically you're going to be paying to go up there. You go to New York, it costs money. Taxis cost money. Ubers cost money. Trains cost money. There's a lot of things that you gotta look at when you're doing that. So typically, once that's done and they say they want the digitals and you have the meeting, everything goes well, you're in the door, and then they say we want to sign you, right? Exciting, right? It's very exciting because like a lot of people don't know how the modeling industry is shaped over the years, and it's changed over the last probably 12, 15 years. I mean, it's gotten a little bit better as far as like inclusivity with everybody that's actually wanting to do it. There's a little more body positivity. Now, you still got to keep measurements, and you're going to have to do all that stuff and eat healthy. You just can't go in there looking pretty and expect to just be a model unless you're being a commercial, but you still need to be in shape. You need to take care of your body, take care of your skin, take care of your hair. Those things are investments. Trainers are investments. They got YouTube and all this stuff and all these training videos out there that you can just do body workouts at home and stuff, which are amazing. However, sometimes you may not have the motivation to do that. You may have to get somebody to get in your ass. And sometimes that costs money. It does cost money because people don't do stuff for free. So you're going to have to make that investment, that initial investment. Now, if the agency is telling you other things like, we need to see this, we need to see that, you need to get in shape, you need to spend the time to do it. Take a few months, you need to take a few months and get yourself right. Get some pictures. Some of the things that you're going to do with the pictures, you're going to have to take some digitals like we talked about in one of my other previous videos. When you actually get these pictures done, they're going to cost money, guys. It's a true investment, right? Like, a lot of people aren't just going to shoot you for free, so you're going to get what you pay for. If you're paying $50 for somebody to go out and just give you all the edits and all the pictures, you may get a couple shots out of it, but try to take the best digitals that you can. Take the digitals because that's probably one of the most important things in the beginning that you do. If you're taking the pictures and then doing the video, so you have to probably do a personality video. I like training on those because it creates an inertia of confidence. If you don't have a lot of confidence, just speaking in front of a camera and talking about yourself and walking and posing and showing your features like that is going to make a huge difference when it comes to placement. Because like I said, when you get in the door with the agencies, it's going to be all about your personality. I talk about this sometimes before because sometimes you may have somebody that's rated, physically wise, and maybe even, just physically wise. Say you got one person that's a 9 or a 10, and the other person maybe is 6 or 7. Well, if the 9 or 10 has a crap personality, they're not going to make it all the time. So the 6 and 7, that's very above average, and she looks really good. She's got good skin. She's still pretty and still beautiful. However, her personality outshined the other one. She's personable. She can talk to people. She's not afraid to talk to people. She laughs when it's time to laugh. She knows how to make people laugh. She makes people feel comfortable. She's inviting. All these things that are considered when you're getting your placement. So when you're looking at that, you need to evaluate yourself and kind of find out, are people comfortable when they're around me? Can they approach me? Am I approachable? Approachable, that's the word I'm looking for. Are you approachable? Are you too good for everybody? Those are things that, that kind of hurt me a little bit because I don't think people really get that part of it, because that's the true definition of being able to be engaged with, being able to be approached, just simplicity. That's all it takes. Don't make it too difficult. You may want to get a personal coach for your speech and help you with the speech. Those are things that you have to look at when you're doing it. They're investments, guys. So even before you get signed, or maybe even after, before, if you don't have any confidence, if you don't feel like you want to do it, but you don't feel like you're physically got the look or the personality, totally recommend going to school. Totally recommend going to modeling school. There are some amazing modeling schools out there. And why do I say go there? Because, you're going to invest in that. That's going to cost you anywhere between, they can run anywhere as low as $1,500, $1,000 maybe, up to $5,000-$6,000 for a few months of classes. It is worth the investment because it's just going to help you that much more and just get the confidence that you need so you can move forward in the business. It's hard. It's a very tough business, but it is very rewarding if you do. I tell you what, the thing that I love the most about the modeling industry, it has a lot of ups and downs. It can be a lot of high moments and a lot of low moments. There's just peaks and valleys that you got to go through in this business. I love it because when I see somebody go through these peaks and valleys, and I've been a part of their journey in the beginning, and all of a sudden I see their confidence start rising. I see them, trimming down a little bit. They're getting in shape. They're toning up. They're eating better. They're feeling good. They have better mental clarity. They're approachable by everybody. And then all of a sudden they're getting placed. I'm placing them with a nice agency that's going to help move them along the way. That means the world to me. It means the world to me because I love people. I love training, and I love seeing people grow like that. And so when you get yourself in the position when you're going to school and you do this stuff, you're going to start gaining all these things. You're going to start gaining the confidence and gaining the self-awareness. You're going to gain knowledge. You're going to learn how to walk. You're going to learn how to talk. You're going to learn how to deal with people. You're going to learn how to do interviews. You're going to learn how to take pictures. You're going to learn how to greet people and be approachable even. You know, it's absolutely key. And one thing that I love about it is because, like, here in Dallas, we've got a couple of great schools out there. One of them being Bella Modeling School, and they're just freaking amazing. I go there every season when they have. I try to get there every season. I missed a couple of them, but when I get a chance to go, I'm really amazed because not only do they present to models, and they're very confident, very outspoken. I mean, there's just a whole array of things. So when I see them, they develop their first set of portfolio pictures, which are really pretty good coming out of the box. And then I get to sit down and talk to just about every one of them and see if it's a fit for me. And sometimes it is. And I've pulled models out of that academy before. And it's just freaking amazing. And then we get to see you get to see a showcase, right? So all the agencies around the local areas and some of the surrounding areas can come in and watch the models do a runway show. And just to see the confidence on the kids and grown people's faces means everything. And you're the gate holder. And you know, the agency, what's really cool about it, when the agency see you, they're going to help you get the keys to open the door a lot of times. They're going to open the door for you. When you go in that door, it's up to you what you do with it. You're not an employee. You're not going to be an employee of an agency. You're going to be a 1099 worker. If you're 1099, that means you're self-employed. You got to treat it like you're self-employed. Treat it like a job. You're just in partnership with that person. And they're there to help you as much as they can. So with that, you know, spending that money, getting back to the subject, because I don't want to get off track, but spending that money for that, and then also spending money on other entities of getting yourself in shape and doing all these things is just the key moments of trying to get into the business, right? So once an agency wants to sign you, they give you the contract and you say everything's good. You liked it, you went with it, and it's gone. So there could be some other things that you're going to go to, right? Like I hear a lot of people say that, you know, if the agency wants to sign you, they won't have you pay any money, right? Well, they may not have you pay any money up front, but they're going to put it on your back end books, right? So there's a lot of expenses that come with that. Sometimes if you're going overseas, they're going to advance you tickets, plane tickets. They're going to advance you your apartment or the place that you're going to be staying. Sometimes they're going to give you a little bit of pocket money. And so those things aren't free. They're just not giving it to you just to give it to you. Because what happens if you go there and you don't get work? And then they're stuck with the bill, right? And you're not having to really usually come out of pocket for that because it's an expense on there. It's a risk they're taking. But they're going to still want their money back. So when you go out and you work, because you had all that good training that you did and you paid for all the time and the energy and the knowledge of the people that were actually trying to help you, photographers, makeup artists, stylists, then you can get into that area where you possibly can get a chance to see a client and go to a casting, maybe even go to a go-see, and then try to work that out, right? Like when you start working, if you work and you got all this, if you got a little bit of debt, and some people, you know, they accumulate a lot more debt than what you're thinking. It's not just a few $100. I mean, it could be thousands. You have to pay that back or work out a payment so you can get debt, so it evens out. But the more you do it, I don't think people stay in debt forever. If you were, then they wouldn't just let you model. But if they have belief in you, they think that if you can go out and do it again, they're going to feel that you can actually get that paid back. And then you can start making checks. Most markets is an 80-20 split because 80% goes to you and 20% goes to the agency. Or I've seen 70-30, I've seen 60-40, so it just depends on the market. There's a lot of markets every market's different. Not every agency is the same. Just because it's in the same market doesn't mean that they're going to do the exact same thing. Some of them have different criteria than the other when it comes to payment and bookings and all this other stuff, the fees that they charge. Just like shopping for a car, everybody's not the same price. Wow. Same thing. Please subscribe, like, and share the content. I want everybody to know, because I'm trying to really teach everybody, this industry a little bit, as much as I know. I'm not saying I know everything. However, I do have a lot of experience with it, and I want you to feel confident in the information that you're getting. And I want to make sure that people know, because a lot of people come into this industry and they don't know what to expect. I get parents that ask me all the time, we don't know nothing about this. Well, here it is. I'm giving it all to you right now. If you want a consultation, please reach out to me. But this is the information that I'm giving to you because I care and I want to see you guys do well in this business. It's all business, guys. There's nothing personal in this business. It's something that you have to really want this. But your agent or your agencies can't want it for you more. You have to want it. Well, I've seen some agencies for the model guys, but that's the reality of this, right? Get out there and do all these things that you have to do so you can earn your place in the world. There's all kinds of different stuff out there. There's commercial modeling, there's print, there's high fashion, there's runway, there's parts modeling. There's a lot of different opportunities in this world of modeling. Petite modeling, plus modeling, fitness modeling. And it goes all the same through the male industry too. Let's get you out there, guys. New York Fashion Week's coming up really soon. I believe all the European markets are getting ready to start celebrating their fashion weeks as well, coming up in September. It's coming close. Get your digitals, get your packages out to your agencies if you are signed. They're waiting for them. If you got new pictures, get them there quick. If they haven't already got you out there. We're going to go through a lot of other things too, so I can make sure that you guys are educated and you understand the business. Now, put your comments down there, what you like, what you think. Add to it. Does it cost money? Should you have to pay money? Some people don't. I've seen people sometimes just submit a picture, and just based off those couple of pictures, they got a massive contract or something. And some kind of client liked them. But they're still going to need pictures. So the percentages on that are super small, guys. It's not like, I'm not even going to say it's even 10%. It's probably not even 5 or 3%. It's probably a lot less than that when I'd say somebody gets crowned like that. That's gonna be your top tiers. But there's nothing to say that you can't get close to that or even get that. So let's do it, man. Get out there and work for it, right? Let's get motivated and get out there and work for this, because it's not an easy task. It's very up and down, peaks and valleys. Remember that. Just always remember that you're gonna have peaks and valleys. Don't let other people influence you on the outside. Don't let people just kind of dictate how you're gonna make your decision. Think about things for a little bit. Be smart. Don't burn your bridges. Don't use people. These are great topics, guys. I've got some more coming up. I've got a great show coming up. I've got one of my director friends up in New York City. She owns a school. I'm going to talk through that and kind of go through the importance. I'm also going to deal with Bella Modeling School here in Dallas. Got a couple of those. I want to make a little small part series on schools. And then we're going to start talking about exposés. I love exposés. And the reason why is because that's another investment. Because typically you're going to go there and you're going to also get all that in one. You're going to get training. You're going to get some pictures. You're going to learn how to act. You know how to do runway. And then you get to go in front of this exposé, and all these agencies from around the world come to see you. They want to see you. They want to see how you perform. Does it cost a little bit of money? Yes. You're going to pay anywhere between $2,000 to upwards of $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 in some cases, depending on where you're going. Whether you're going to New York or Dallas, there's a lot of different markets out there that have that. And they have the same agencies, but sometimes even more on some parts and some more parts of the world. You got to figure out which one's right for you. Guys, you're amazing. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. This is the Model Way podcast with myself, your host, Lenny Wheeler. We motivate, inspire, and teach you how to become better in the industry. Until next time, hasta la vista.